Well, the fans are obviously excited about Season 17 coming with a lot of new modes and new events and new changes and new updates and rank changes and all of that. However, a lot of fans are also, especially on console, sharing their frustrations with what is going on in their neck of the woods right now. Also, Apex just made an announcement about an hour ago that they're going to let the fans decide what game mode is going to get its own event coming in Season 17, like a brand new event. I've never seen them do this, and they're letting the fans vote what game mode gets the rights to do it. I voted for Gun Run, but we're going to talk about that in just a second. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you guys want to stay up to date, all things Apex Legends news related. And if you want a chance to win the $75 weekly giveaway, we are picking our winner tomorrow. Basically, I pick a winner from every single video throughout the week to go on the wheel. I pick all of our YouTube members, anybody that uses code JMeyels at Glytch Energy checkout. And if you win any of our matches on live stream, you get on that wheel, we spin the wheel, whoever wins the wheel wins the money. So let's dive right into it. So firstly, congrats to our PlayStation 5 winner giveaway that was over on our Apex Lounge channel. Nico Rogers got it yesterday or the day before yesterday, so congrats, Nico. Hope you're enjoying the PS5. I actually don't even have one myself, so I've never even tried it. First topic of discussion that I wanted to make mention of, I actually went a lot more in depth over on my ALGS channel because it is an ALGS related topic. However, obviously this is big enough to talk about all things Apex news as well. EA reportedly coming from Alpha Intel offered esports teams a flat rate of $60,000 fee for their skins in the game instead of doing a revenue share split. Now, revenue share split is actually pretty common amongst other esports like Rainbow Six Siege, Valorant, and I think even Call of Duty as well. So when teams like TSM and FaZe and Liquid were rejecting this offer of $60,000 flat rate and asked for a 50-50 revenue share instead, EA shut it down, according to report from Digiday. A lot of people are blaming EA for suffocating the Apex esports scene, considering that this seems to be a pretty normal offer coming from most of these organizations. Now, I understand $60,000 is a lot of money for some of the unsigned teams like your Meat Lover squad and a couple like Drug Free as well. Some of these guys that don't have organizations behind them, I totally get it. But however, these big organizations still deserve a lot of money, and yes, they should have done revenue share split because I think they would have, you know, promoted these skins so much more as well. How nice would it have been if Imperial How is telling everybody to go buy this skin, right? So many people would have bought it. Sweet Dreams would have loved to have people, you know, representing NRG for their squad as well. So I think it should have been done, and I'm kind of sad that it didn't happen. I think EA definitely needs to wake up and realize that they should promote their own scene. I also wanted to make mention of this. It's like a double whammy of topics with console issue and updates that I wanted to bring to light, as well as the dev team for Apex Legends giving some updates regarding the audio and the state of the game with that whole scenario as well. So Respawn tweeted that last week we put out a fix for Apex to address some of the audio and visual effect drops present since the start of Season 16. Read about our dev team's investigation and eventual fix down below. This was coming from their Reddit thread, and in this they basically said, hey Legends, we recently tweeted that an update had gone out to address some of the visual and audio effects. Basically, too long didn't read. I'm going to go through some of these discovery and investigations. So firstly, they said we noticed that the problem started soon after Season 16. Long story short, they give the too long didn't read and say that it basically came down to a single line of code with the Nemesis burst AR that was the cause of all of these problems in the game. That's pretty ridiculous, and honestly it sucks to see. However, I'm glad that there's been a little bit of a fix, and I'm glad that they've posted that as well. However, there's a lot of comments in this thread from the Respawn tweet, and of course many of them was like, that's a great read and all, but also this game has had bad audio way before Season 16, so it's obviously not just this was just, you know, that on steroids. But the footstep audio has always been messed up, and a lot more other things as well. Regardless, I'm really happy that they came out with a detailed explanation about this. I really wish that they would keep being transparent like this with the community at all times. But I also noticed that a lot of the comments down below were also filled with things like this, a console community feeling like they're not being heard and saying, well, what about any fixes for the low FPS on latest gen consoles? Like, we used to get pretty good FPS, and now since all the updates, all the old gen consoles are getting really bad FPS now. And to some degree, yes, we know they're old systems, and of course they're going to get worse and worse FPS as time goes on. But why was it once good and now it's not so good? And it's not just seeming to be old hardware. It's also been a very common thing since about 2 seasons ago. We had an update, and ever since Olympus had came back a couple seasons ago, maybe it was last season, I think it's Season 15, Olympus made a little bit of a return, and then they had to cancel it because it was having some kind of UI crash and all of this stuff. Well, ever since it came back, it was constantly causing issues over on console, and sometimes it wasn't even playing on Olympus and it was still getting like crazy low FPS. People said it was like unplayable for a very long period of time. I think some people were getting like 20 FPS at some point, and they had to restart their console and then maybe wait for the map rotation to change. And then sometimes they say when it does change, it gets better, but it's still not as good as it used to be. I don't know what has been happening to the state of Apex entirely, that a lot of these other consoles are getting such bad FPS. And for some people, they said it's, you know, it's fixed, it feels good now. For other people, they say it's getting worse and never got better. And it was also reported regarding some season 17 updates as well. According to GG Recon, by the looks of it, quote, they said 120 hertz will not be added to the upcoming season 17 update on May the 9th for all of you console players. So wait for the next gen feature is likely to continue for a long time yet. Why, bro? I told you guys they were going to bring this whole next gen update thing, and it was going to be a bunch of BS, and then they were going to be waiting for years or months and months and months and months, and they're going to just hide behind, oh, we already brought next gen update. What are you in such a, you know, why you got your panties in a wad? We already brought that feature that you're saying we didn't bring. And what they're doing is they're just hiding behind technicality so that they can say they brought it, even though they missed it, and they just put it on the back burner, and now all of you get to suffer. And I used to worry about what Respawn thought of me or what if they watch my, I don't really care. The reason I know now is because I speak to a lot of these devs and they feel just as frustrated as you. A lot of these guys that I'm speaking to, this is not their department, right? So a lot of these guys play on console as well, and obviously this is not what they're, you know, working on actively. They don't have anything to do with a lot of this stuff. So like cross progression and all of that stuff, a lot of the devs that you know, they have nothing to do with that and they have no control over it. They're just as frustrated as you are. They want the next gen console update just as much as you do, but they just simply can't say anything. So it's kind of sad. This whole PC versus console thing is a double-edged sword. On one hand, obviously PC is so much better to avoid problems like this and not have all of these, you know, FPS issues. And of course you can run so much better frames on PC, and then also getting good monitors that can help with these refresh rates and high FPS as well. On the other hand, man, I miss the days when console was the thing because there was no cheaters and you didn't have to worry about aimbots and wall hacking and all of that stuff. Maybe a computer nerd can answer this question in the comments, but is it like possible that we have like, you know, forced virtual systems to play on? Like, you know, use your good PC and all, but then like use a virtual system to play a game that has a closed software on it so that nobody can import cheat. That's probably not a thing, but like, how does console do it, right? Like, I feel like there's got to be a way we can get past all of this. Also wanted to mention this. This is actually going to be a brand new event coming in season 17 Arsenal that Apex Legends put out on their Twitter. I've never seen them do this before. We are going to be letting the community decide which limited time mode that should get its own dedicated playlist during the first in-game event coming in season Arsenal. So you can click this link and use, you know, choose control, TDM, or gun run. Everybody in the comments is saying like TDM. I personally love gun run, and gun run's my favorite mode on this. And I think control would be if it wasn't for the capture point bonus. So I voted for gun run, but I'm imagining TDM is probably going to get the votes. So be sure to vote here before May the 8th to make your voice heard. And whenever you vote, it says vote submitted. You can literally just simply pick the game mode you want. You don't even have to sign into anything. It's kind of weird. Like, it just lets you vote. I guess it goes off your IP or something. So I'm kind of interested to see what in-game event they're talking about. Like, is it going to be something like, you know, like an Ariana Grande concert that Fortnite had, a Travis Scott concert, or is it going to be something like, you know, the Mirage Voyage kind of concert thing where it's not like a real live event, but it's like more so of like a virtual live event? So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Also, if you guys would like the chance to win the $75 weekly giveaway, the winner will be picked tomorrow. Don't forget, we're also doing a trios tournament tonight on live stream. If you guys want to sign up, the link is down in the description below over on Z League. And until the next time, I will see you all later, Gators.